Welcome to Nattys Crafts. We're going to do one last Halloween craft. I think this will be the last one. So we're going to make a candy dish. We're going to use some of this orange tulle, these Dollar Tree words. We're going to use the one that says beware. And then I guess I'm going to take it out of the bag so that you can see it up close and personal. There we go. Beware is the one we're going to use. I got this 18-inch skeleton, also from Dollar Tree. This was, I believe, $1.50. And I'm showing you there it's 18 inches tall. And then it's got this little thing on the head. I guess you're supposed to hang this. I don't know. I guess. We're not going to hang it. So I'm going to snip that off. And then I'm going to use this Dollar Tree little bucket bin, whatever this is. Now, I've had this for more than a year, probably 2, maybe even 3 years, but that's what we're going to use. And we're going to make this into a little Halloween treat bucket. Now, this is not for trick-or-treaters or for your kid to carry around house to house, nothing like that. It is for my desk at work. People come to my desk, and I always have a little tray of candy there. So this is where I'm putting my candy for the next 2 months. Now, on the word beware, it was just silver, so I'm just going to outline it a little bit with this black marker. And this is one of those permanent markers from Dollar Tree. And let me tell you, I made a little mistake, so I thought, oh, I'll just wipe it off. Yeah, no, it wasn't coming off. This is actual permanent marker. So I couldn't get the little mistakes off. But then I was like, yeah, it's okay, because it kind of makes it look more Halloweenish, where it's kind of rough and kind of spooky looking almost. So I'm going to just outline the whole word, all of the openings there. I'm going to go ahead and outline in black. And then we're going to fix this bowl up a little bit so it's not so... That's not really a Christmas design anyway, but it just reminds me of Christmas. So we're going to make it orange, basically. Now, you could paint the bucket. You could just use a white one or a black one or whatever else. But this is what I had, so this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to use some ribbon that is somewhat see-through. But again, this is what I had, so this is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to glue the ribbon onto the little bucket. And keeping in mind, if you hot glue it, that means you could then later take the ribbon off and change it if you wanted. So that's why hot glue can be a great thing. And I'm just putting little spots of glue every couple of inches. I just don't want it falling apart, obviously, while it's sitting at my desk at work. And I'm just going to overlap it just a little bit. Make sure I put lots of glue on the ends there, where it touches each other. And then I'm going to fold the edge under so you can't see the cut edge. And then going to glue that fold down. And it's nice because this little bucket has a little ridge, so you can't see any of that hot glue on it at all. So that's kind of nice. And then I'm going to use this orange tulle. Is that what it's called? I think so. We're going to use this orange tulle to put in the little bucket to make it more Halloweenish. And I just folded it up into, you know, a thick enough fold that you can't see through it really. And then we're going to set our skeleton down into the bucket. And what I decided, there's a couple things I wanted to adjust on the skeleton, because the skeleton looked a little Dollar Tree-ish, if that makes sense. So I tried to use the glass paint marker. That didn't work. So I'm going to go back to the Dollar Tree permanent marker. And I'm just going to black out his eyes. Give him a little bit of dimension there. And I do go back and add eyeballs. But I'm going to start by trying to use a white marker. And this was, again, the glass paint marker. And you could barely see what I drew on there. And then I also turned the tip of my marker all black. So that was bad. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. And then I realized his head needed to be glued down. Otherwise, it's going to sit back looking up to the sky instead of looking forward at the candy bowl. So I just glued his chin down. I did put 2 spots of glue right in the middle of the eye spaces, because those are going to be his eyeballs. even though I don't think skeletons have eyeballs, but whatever, I wanted eyes. So I made 2 little dots there, and then once they were dry, I am painting them white. And you can see that you can now actually see the little eyeballs. And I don't want them big and I don't want them real obvious, just little eyes so you can see them if you look directly at him. And then we're going to just glue the skeleton down into the bowl. And I'm just, again, using hot glue, again, so you can change it if you want to, or maybe you're going to adjust it for Christmas and instead you're going to put Santa Claus in there or whatever. I did not glue the orange tool down at all because I didn't feel it was needed since the skeleton was going to be glued down. So I just folded the tool underneath and then I set the skeleton around that and glued him to the little bucket or the little, I don't know, what do you call it? The bowl? Is it a bowl? Maybe it's a bowl, not a bucket. So I glued his little wrists down and his little hands down. And then I had the word beware, and so now I was looking for a way to put that on. Oh, and I should say too, the skeleton, I actually glued his feet together because when I set them in the little bowl, they faced straight down. So I didn't want that. So I did glue his feet together. And now we're just going to glue the word beware onto the side of the bowl. And I didn't want it just sticking out straight like that, so I did go into the last letter and I put some glue on that last letter and the first letter and kind of bent the words around. But look at how cute, isn't it cute? My sense of cute is maybe different than yours, but I liked the way the word beware came out, and there's plenty of space for candy. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. And so this is what it's going to be sitting in my office. If you work with me, you'll see it. I thank you so much for stopping by Nattys Crafts today. I sure hope that you could go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. And remember to always appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.